Today we are going to study about social media marketing plan, and our learning outcome is at the end of this tutorial video. Students will be able to comprehend and give a analogy and concept about how to conduct or how to do a social media marketing plan. Well, before anything else, let us be on the same page. What I mean is, there is really a process in the management stages, and it starts with planning, okay? And after planning, you are going to implement the plan, okay? Implement the plan, and then after implementing the plan, you will need to evaluate. There is the process of evaluation. And then after the evaluation comes the continuous development stage, no? This is what we called areas of improvement. What are the things that need to be developed and improved based on the original plan? So this is the cycle. So what we are trying to say here is the social media marketing pertains to planning. So we are on this stage and we will talk about planning. And of course, there are three types of planning. We have long term, which is generally called strategic planning. We have um, mid planning, and we have also short term planning. So, if long-term planning is called strategic, mid-term is called tactical, and this one is called operational planning. Okay? So, in this tutorial video, we will study about social media marketing plan, and this is related on the first stage of the management cycle. So, to continue, social marketing plan is just like how, as explained to you, there are three types: strategic, mid, and short. All right, so in social media planning, there is a cycle. So it goes clockwise, no? We start with listening, and then we set up goals, and then we strategize based on the goals and who is our target audience, and what are the tools and methodologies we have to, or resources we have to, integrate so that we can implement the plan. So this is the implementation, the evaluation, okay, all right, and fine tuning or the continuous development. So basically, uh, it is here that we plan. So, based on this planning cycle, listening, goals, strategies, target audience, and tools is part of the social media planning attributes, because this one is already on the second stage. You implement the plan. This one is on the third stage. You evaluate and monitor the plan, and based on the implementation impact. And the fourth is the continuous development stage. So this is the first stage, and this is all about planning. Now, why is there listening? Don't take this adjective, you know, literally, like listening. It is actually, listening here is actually, you know, trying to observe, trying to, you know, put your skills, knowledge, and ability of what do entrepreneurs need to listen to or have to listen to. So this listening is really observing what is really the voice of the people who are viewing your social media. Okay? So, what do we have to listen to? All right. In listening, okay, you listen to conversations about a brand or company. You know, what is the audience trying to tell you about your brand, about your company? Example is, let's say, um, Huawei. What is the audience giving feedback or comments about your brand, about your company? Maybe they are trying to say something about your product quality. They are trying to tell something about the features of your product or the specifications of the product. They are trying to tell you about what are the core values of your product, and maybe uh, what is their perception, because you know individuals have different perceptions. So that is why we need to respect those opinions, because everybody has a different opinions. So there could be perceptions that are positive and there could be perceptions that are negative, because we cannot 100% satisfy the needs and wants of our customers. That's why we need to listen to fill in the gaps. Okay? Listen to what people say about your competitors. Also, what they are saying about themselves, no? So here, because the foundation of marketing is always the three C's, no? We have the company, we have the competitor, and we have the customer. We have to listen to the voices, feedback, opinions, perceptions of our customer, and we have to observe what the competitors are doing. Because our competitors' objective is to outperform the competition. All right? So therefore, we need to listen also what are the current strategies of the competitors, what are their current promotions, what are they doing about place strategy, what are they doing about their pricing. So in social media, we have to l- intently listen to what the customers are telling us and also what the competitors are doing. There are 5 stages. Listening to what people say about the industry and category. So the first stage is about the industry that you are playing or the category of your product in that industry. Understand what the consumers in that industry are really interested in talking about. Let's say, for example, you are in telecommunications. Probably you are smart and your competition is Globe. All right. So therefore, in that telecommunication industry, you should understand what the consumer in that particular industry or market are really interested. What is the current trend in that particular industry? All right. And then listen to the tone of the community. What is the tone of the community? Is the tone higher? Is the tone lower? Is it, neutral? Something like that. So, how your consumers naturally interact with each other on social sites, no? There is Facebook, there is Twitter, there is Instagram, there is, LinkedIn, there is also YouTube. So, therefore, what is the tone of the community in that particular industry? And then the next, listening to different social media platforms and channels. You must identify where the target audiences hang out and what they do. Like for example, right now in social media, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of these platforms and the trend, like for example, exercises, people who like to plant, people who like exercises, people who like to cook. So these are the current trends in the social media. No, it's all about wellness, it's all about health. So you must listen to these different modalities and channels. You must exert effort really to listen and identify what the target audience is really trying to, engage, what they like best to do in these different modalities. So we go now to social media listening tools. No, what are the tools? Awario monitors mention of brands. No, their company brands. The competitors in that industry can detect plagiarized copies of your content. No, actually there are a lot of free online plagiarism software in the internet, and they are free. And one is Awario. There are a lot, no? So that you can detect the plagiarized copies of your competitors' content. Of course, no company would like to copy paste any, words or sentences or statements that is used by other owners. So one of the listening tools that is mentioned is online plagiarism checker, no? And then another is Agora Pulse. What is this? The Agora Pulse is a tool that mention of accounts you connect as well as comments on your social media post. So you need this kind of tools, no? Awario, Agora Pulse. The next is, of course, after listening, that is part of data gathering. You now try to, after the data gathering, you have all the facts with you, and then you try to analyze and interpret the data that you got out of the data gathering. Therefore, what is the trends, the similarities, the differences, what is the competition doing. So all of this you have now already analyzed thoroughly the data that you gathered. Now you go to the second, which is establish your goals and objectives. No, goals and objectives are different. No, the first one here is the goal, and then the objective is how you will accomplish your goals. Goals and objectives. So, goals must be flexible in light of new developments since unintended benefits may be discovered. What can be key objectives in social media marketing? So, establish your goals. What is your goal? Probably your goal should be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. Same also with your objective. It follows the SMART ruling, no? Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Example, your goal is to uh, convert your visitor in the social media into your customers. That is your goal. Now, in setting up the objective, how are you going to convert and transform your visitor in your social media to be your customer? So that is the objective, and should be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. So setting up key objectives. Okay, build a brand, no? So you want to, let's say, increase brand awareness. You want to improve your brand perception. You build brand preference, and you expand brand loyalty. So these are just typical and concrete examples of what are your major objectives or key objectives. Of course, uh, in social media, all of these increase, improve, build, expand. These are positive, no, objectives, and you really want to have your brand as the perception of your consumer will be that this brand is a solution to their problems, this brand is an opportunity for their concerns. So it's your brand and product serves as a solution to their problems, and sometimes not only a solution to their problems but also an opportunity for their concerns. All right, so these are your major objectives in building a brand. You want to increase, you want to improve your brand perception. Maybe uh, during your data gathering there is a comment that the perception of the consumer is negative. So you want to improve this to be a positive brand perception. So how are you going to do that? Of course, based on your data gathering and analysis and the tools that you need, you have to set up your goals and then try to set up your objectives of how to reach your goals. Proceed to another major objective. This is like generating leads, improving your customer service, increasing customer satisfaction, driving your WOM, okay, and handling crisis reputation management. This is very, very important, no? In crisis reputation, a typical example is when Mitsubishi try to have this sudden unintended acceleration. They were not able to establish their reputation, no? They were not able uh, to what do you call this? They were not able to handle the crisis in a strategic manner. So you might want also to drive the word of mouth, no? WOM stands for the word of mouth. So these are some again examples of key objectives: generating more leads or pipeline, okay, improving or your customer service because you saw and you were able to listen that some of your efforts creates a negative customer service. So you want to improve this, okay? And these are, a typical primary business objective of tactic across major social networks, no? Okay. So there are some color coding. Like for example, build brand awareness 39.2, this color, while this color signifies the brand preference. The pink stands for driving direct leads or sale, converting your visitors into your customers. And increase customer loyalty is this color, and the purple is providing customer service, and the light blue is others, which represent 2.3%. So what is your primary business objective when using social marketing tactics across the major social network platforms? Of course, brand awareness is the main business objective, and brand awareness is representing 39.2%, no? Followed by brand preference, which is uh, 29%. So one really is brand awareness, and brand preference is number two. Okay? So brand awareness, yes, we understood that brand preference is 29%. So why marketers use social media marketing? The answer is simply they want to build, they want to create, they want to establish really brand awareness and preference. So that's why if this is your objective, it has to be reflected in your goal. Like for example, how to build brand awareness and increase brand preference as your goal. So therefore, setting up the objective should be related to that goal. The question is, how are you going to establish brand awareness? So that is your objective. Okay? All right. So there is a metrics for social media. What are these? Exposure, engagement, influence, impact, and advocacy. All right? So when we say about exposure, we are referring to the opportunity to attend to content. Your uh, the main body of your social media, that is the content. So what are the opportunities, no, that you can see? And engagement is the interaction of the visitors or your consumers with your content. They have to interact. It's, a two-way communication. They have to, after processing and encoding the content, they have to provide a feedback or what we call interaction. And then another metrics is influence, persuade, no? How is this? It is the ability to change the opinion or behavior. Like for example, if the behavior was negative, you were able to influence, you were able to educate, you were able to persuade, therefore, and inform, therefore, you change that negative opinion to a positive behavior. And the next is impact, effect on the target audience, no? And the last is advocacy. So these are the metrics. You have to measure and quantify exposure, engagement. So exposure, engage, that's squared, influence, and another square, and advocacy. No? The acronym E squared, I squared, and letter A, EIA. What is it? One E is exposure, another E is engagement, first I is influence, the second I is impact, and the last is advocacy for that acronym EIA. Okay? So, after setting up your goals and objective, you come to the next process or algorithm, which is defining strategies. And all of these processes are encompassing under planning. So you define your strategies. All right. So there are 8 C's of strategy development, no? It is categorize, comprehend, converse, collaborate, contribute, connect, community, and convert. When we say categorize, the social media platforms by target market relevancy. So, you categorize in what industry you are trying to target. Like for example, if you are in the food industry, you know, you don't care about a telecommunication industry, you don't care about the sport industry, you don't care. So, you focus your observations, you focus your effort in that category. And in that category, you try to observe what are the social media platform in that particular category. And the next is comprehend. The rules of the road on the platform is by listening and learning how to behave successfully, spark conversation, and engage the participants. So, comprehension in that strategy development, you really have to analyze and understand, no, the basic ingredients of the different platform in that category. What is the audience trying to tell you? What is the story being told by your audience? So you must comprehend that. in order to strategize and develop your strategy. And the next is converse, no? Acknowledging and responding to other users of the platform, always remembering to be a contributor, not a promoter, no? Meaning to say, you have to really respond to the needs of people in that particular platform, and you want to contribute, no? A content related to acknowledging and responding to the needs of your visitors in your social media sites. And of course, collaboration is another platform wherein they establish a mutually beneficial relationship with the platform participants. So collaboration is they really value your product as a solution to their concerns and needs. It is an opportunity. So uh, some uh, some marketers really want to make contents that they entice their um visitors to really collaborate with their platforms. And next one is contribute. You build the content is about building reputation and become a valued member, helping to improve the community. The community here is the people who are visiting your site. They are termed as community. Okay. uh, Participation and creation can elicit valuable consumer suggestions for improving product. Yes, that is correct. No, if you can try to invite your consumers, your visitors to say something in the comment section, that is in collaboration. There is interaction, and people will really try to tell you uh, what they feel about your product or service. And of course, convert is the you want to try to develop no in social media. You want to transform them into your customers. And this goals to call of action. So the relationship or linking goals to call of action. Call to action is, what do you want the consumer to do? What do you want them to do? What is the action word that they want to do after visiting your site? So for example, you have the first column, which is marketing goal, and the second column is the uh, you know uh, what is this that you want them to do, call to action. Let's say, for example, lead generation. In lead generation, you want them to sign up for webinar, call for consultation, complete form for consultation. So these are the things you want them to do, no? If your marketing goal is about brand building, what do you want them to do? You watch the video, click on links, read content, uh, and then have a fan or a friend follow the brand or sign up for a newsletter. So this is very important. Uh, the things you want them to do based on your goals and objective is next process is identifying or identification or market identification. This enables a brand or a company to organize its marketing strategies to efficiently reach those most receptive and likely to become customers, even brand advocates. So you try to identify them based on the data that you gathered. Based on the information, the collection of data, after analysis, there was an information that was created, and you try to identify those market, that they want. You must reach them so that they will be, improve their reception. They convert them to your customers, and even try to be brand loyal to them or brand advocates to your company. And of course, the selecting of tools, platforms, and channels. You find finding the social media sites where the target audience resides. Of course, this is self-explanatory because you will not, you know, uh, put your egg on that single basket where in that basket has no audience. There's no target, it's dormant. Okay? So you have to carefully select the tools and the platforms or the channels wherein the target audience is really in that community, and then focus the company's social media effort on those platforms. Okay? Again, the most important here is try to listen, data gather, data gathering, research, identification for the information that you need so that after analysis of the data that you gathered, you have to formulate your strategies, because in formulating of the strategies there is an information that was created based on your data analysis and interpretation. And of course, this one is the second stage of the after you are done with your social media marketing plan. Okay, now you have to implement now the plan, and you are on the second stage. Simple as that, you implement the plan. So the goals, strategies, the target audience, your tools are already taken into account, and then you have to implement those plan to your benefit, no? And then the next is to evaluation. So after planning, you go now to implementation, and after implementation is evaluation, or what you call uh, monitoring. So you try to evaluate, you track, you measure. Okay. Remember, guys, what you can measure, you can manage. What you cannot measure, you cannot manage. Okay. All right. And then you try to evaluate an organization social media marketing initiatives. And of course, after the monitoring is the fine tuning, no, which is the continuous development. Tuning. You are polishing, you are fine tuning, you are trying to evaluate what things needs to be improved. And this is the constant and continuous process. In Nihongo, it is called Kaizen, continuous improvement. No? Improve the elements of the plan to maximize the chances of success. No? So that is the last part of that social media marketing plan. All right. So this is the last stage. So in social media marketing plan, it follows the management stages of planning, implementing, evaluation, and continuous improvement or continuous development. And you go back to what are the things that you have to, synchronize, what are the things you have to eliminate, what are the things you need to add in your planning, so that once you implement the plan, there is already a continuous development and continuous improvement. So, therefore, in conclusion, social media marketing plan really starts with the data gathering. You have to listen what the audience is trying to tell you, because there is a story that the community is trying to tell you. So you should be objective and always be progressive in your thoughts so that you can really target on what particular platforms your target audience is really trying to, they are really residing, no? So I'll see you. This is module number 2. So I'll see you next time. Always keep safe. Watch out for module number 3 tutorial. If you are just new to this link, please, I urge you to subscribe, like, and share the channel, because this endeavor of mine is really for the Filipino students. Take care, guys. Keep safe.